Hello guys, I am going to do a video on my favorite books that I have been loving, the past, the future, the present. I got inspired by All That Glitters, and I loved her literature, and I was like, that's so cool, and I found that we liked the same books, kind of, but my books, I kind of have different, but I kind of have different books that I like to read than her, but still in the same basis, still in the same story plot type thing. So I have, let me see, 5 books here with me. I have more, but I just wanted to do the ones that I had just gotten. My friend let me borrow her books. She has tons of books. She has a bookshelf in her closet, and I was like, I need to borrow those. So she let me borrow them, and I think I'm gonna take them to school. I'm not sure, or I just should finish them before I go to school, because what am I thinking? I'm not gonna have time to read a book. So the first book I have read before, but I am going to read again because I do not remember the story plot. I know that it's different from the because the author has made a saga, and it's a very popular saga. Who is familiar with Twilight? Twilight is probably very mainstream. It's very mainstream. When I started reading the Twilight books, no one really read her books until the movies came out. So I was like, I read the books, you know, all that thing. And so I was glad I read the books before I watched the movies. And I absolutely love the books. But this book is called The Host, and it's by Stephenie Meyer. And it's not really a vampire book. Here, let me read okay, so let me tell you the story plot. I'm just going to skim through it. Melanie Strider refuses to fade away. Our world has been invaded by an unseen enemy. Humans become hosts for these invaders, their minds taken over while their bodies remain intact and continue their lives apparently unchanged. Most of humanity has succumbed. When Melanie, one of the few remaining wild humans, is captured, she is certain it is her end. Wanderer, the invading soul who has been given Melanie's body, was warned about the challenges of living inside the human. The overwhelming emotions, the glut of senses, the too vivid memories. So basically, it isn't a vampire book, but I love the book because it's different. I honestly think that if she were to make a series on this book, it would be better than Twilight. Is that bad to say? I think that she would do so much better, maybe because she hasn't made a saga and it isn't mainstream. I mean, I am a Stephenie Meyer fan. I've read all the books, the Twilight books, in and out maybe 3 to 4 or 5 times. I love the books, but I feel like it's still, I just love this book. The Host is that book. So I love this book. If you guys need books to read, need a good book to read, I suggest going to get this one. This book is hardback, and I don't know how much I got it for. I got it at Borders. My dad actually got it for me for my birthday, my 16th birthday. He bought this for me because he knew I like Stephenie Meyer books. So, The Host. Get it. Next, I really don't want to talk about books that I haven't read, because I haven't read this next book. But I'm just giving you guys referrals of books to read because I got referrals from these books. It's called The Lux, and it's kind of, if you've seen The Boy and Girls, the other whatever that Victorian, just King Henry, just those Victorian type, what is that called? Where beheading someone was a punishment type that day and age. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. But these books are kind of like those books. But it's like the Victorian age of Gossip Girl or Pretty Little Liars. So I was like, yeah, I need to read this book. My friend Aisha, I was like, I need to read this book. Let me borrow this book. It has, I want to say it has a sequel to it. I want to say this is like a continuous book, but I'm not sure. But yeah, The Lux. You guys will like this if you are into stuff like that. I am. Next one I'm reading now, and it's called Bright Young Things, and I love it so far. I'm on the 5th chapter. I love it so far. About a girl, 2 girls, they're best friends, and they're, you know, commoners. They grow up in Ohio, and they want to get away. They want to move to New York, and they run away. One of the girls gets married, and she runs away on her wedding day. It's mysterious. It's intriguing. I love this book so far, and I highly recommend this book. The next one is called A Great and Terrible Beauty. Now, I haven't read this one, but my friend said that it's a really good book. It's not a sequel. This is just one-time thing. It is by Libba Bray, and I am excited to read this book because I feel like this book, just from the, I know they say don't judge a book by its title, or by its cover, I'm sorry. Don't judge a book by its cover. But I feel like this, just from the cover, I feel like this would be a book kind of like Shakespeare. Like, just because it's like a great and terrible beauty. Like, I don't know. I just feel, and I love Shakespeare. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am in love with Shakespeare. I took honors English my junior year, and I was in love with Shakespeare. I just fell in love. It's just the way he portrays things, and like, it just makes you wonder. All of his pretty much all of his plays were tragedies, and it just makes you think, like, what was he going through in order to write that? And so I really love Shakespeare, but I just feel like this book would be like kind of like Shakespeare girl, you know, type thing. So, but I feel like it's not even that. But I just from what I've been, you know, from what I've seen. But it's about supernatural, girl doesn't fit in type thing. So I'm excited to read this book. And lastly, I am so excited about this book. I wish there was a drum roll. I think I'm gonna make a drum roll because I'm on iMovie right now, and I'm going to make a drum roll just to fit into this little part. It's gonna be a drum roll. Drum roll, please. Shiver. And I cannot wait to read this book. I feel like I've already read it just from my friends telling me about the book. I cannot wait to read this book. I'm so excited. And it's a saga, kind of like Stephenie Meyer's Twilight. So it's like Shiver, then there's Linger, but it's based off of the wolves, not the vampires. So it's like this wolf falls in love with a girl, and just that whole thing. I just love books like this. Now, another book that I plan on getting, I think I'm gonna borrow from my friend or just buy it myself, The Hunger Games. I heard that book is amazing, and I cannot wait to read it. From what they're explaining to me, it kind of reminds me of like 1984, or what is that other book that I read? 1984. 1984, whatever. Or like that one book where, I think it's the same one, Big Brother, and like the government just controls everything about these people. And it's kind of like a futuristic book. And basically in the Hunger Games, there's these different districts, and it's these teenagers, and the government, I guess, or like this higher up or whoever's superior to these teenagers or the people, they get picked. There's like one person that's picked out of each district, and they have to go into this game. And basically people end up being killed. I don't know. I don't want to like give it away. I want you guys to go out and get the book. I can't wait to read it. This and Shiver. I'm like so excited to read. Hunger Games and Shiver. I'm going to put these books down below just so you guys can see, you know, what it's like, or not what it's like. What am I talking about? Oh my God, I just don't know what to say. Like I said, I'm going to put them down below in the description below so that you guys can go and buy these books or go to the library and get these books, because if you're bored, there's no reason for you to be bored, because there's like 6 books that I referred to you, recommended to you. So guys, go out, read. Reading is good for you. And also, I think I'm going to put The Gliterature by Elle down there, because I love Elle and I love her videos. So I will see you guys in my next video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.